Hey folks, Joe here. It is Wednesday afternoon, October 30th. National Hockey League regular season is well underway. Most teams are right around 10 games played so far on the season. I think we're ranging between 8 and 12 games per team played so far. And today we're going to talk about the Atlantic Division. I'll follow this up with the other three divisions over the next couple of days. Just do a quick little chat about the division so far, the standings, and a couple of notes about each team. So for the Atlantic Division, in first place so far, we have the Florida Panthers. They played 11 games. They have a 7-3-1 record for 15 points, plus-minus rating of +3. Right behind them is the Tampa Bay Lightning. 9 games played, 6 wins, 3 losses, 12 points. They are a +8 rating. Behind them, we have the Toronto Maple Leafs. 10 games into the season, they have a 5-4-1 record for 11 points. They are even on the plus-minus. That's the top three slots, as would be currently the top three seeded playoff teams. That's way too early for that. Right behind them is the Ottawa Senators. 9 games in, they have a 5-4-0 record for 9 points and a +7 plus-minus rating. Detroit Red Wings is next up. 9 games in, 4-4-1 record, also 9 points, -3 plus-minus. Buffalo Sabres in sixth place. 10 games in, 4-5-1 record, 9 points, -4 rating, plus-minus. Montreal Canadiens coming up next at 7th. They are 10 games into their season with a 4-5-1 record for 9 points. They are -12. Listed in last place in the Atlantic Division, the Boston Bruins, 10 games in, 4-5-1 record, 9 points, and a -7 plus-minus rating. So far we have a point spread of 9 points for each place, up to 15 points for first place. Florida, Tampa, Toronto occupying the top 3 spots at 15 points, 12 and 11 respectively. The 8 remaining 5 teams, Ottawa, Detroit, Buffalo, Montreal, and Boston, are all tied with 9 points. The league tiebreaker rules that determines how they go into the order that they are currently listed in. Regulation wins, overtime losses, that sort of stuff. So it's actually a really tight division right now. Nobody's out of it. Nobody's clearly in for sure. Florida leading the way. No Stanley Cup hangover there. They're at a 7-3-1 record. Leading the way for the Panthers is Sam Reinhart with 7 goals, 9 assists for 16 points. He's also the team goal scoring leader with 7 goals. Their power play is clicking at 24.1%, which is 8th in the National Hockey League. Their penalty kill is 87.1%, which is 6th in the league. So good special teams numbers. Sam Reinhart is not leading with goals scored. He's the points leader with 16 points. It's Sam Bennett, the other Sam. He has 8 goals. Goals scored per game for the Panthers, they are at 3.5 goals scored per game. That's 11th in the league. Goals against, 3.2. That is 15th in the league. Next up, we have Tampa Bay Lightning. They are sitting with a 6-3-0 record, as we mentioned. They are +8. Nikita Kucherov is the points leader. 8 goals, 6 assists, 14 points. He's also the goal-scoring leader with 8. Their power play is clicking at 16.1%, 23rd in the league. PK, 71.9%, 26th in the league. I'm sure they'd like to improve those numbers both on the power play and the penalty kill a little bit. Goals scored per game, 3.8, which is 7th best in the league. Nothing wrong with that. Goals allowed, 2.9, and that is 8th in the league. So they're fine there. They just like to clean up the special teams a little bit. Next up, we have the Toronto Maple Leafs in 3rd place with a 5-4-1 record, 11 points. They are even on the plus-minus. Points leader for the Leafs is Mitch Marner, the pending UFA next July 1st if he doesn't get an extension. He has 1 goal, 10 assists for 11 points. The goal-scoring leader is Willie Nylander with 6 goals. Power play is at 9.4%, 30th worst in the league. That's from a team that should have a much better power play. They want to clean that up. Penalty kill is a little better at 80.5%. That's 13th in the league. That's not bad. Goals scored per game, 3.2. 15th in the league, right in the middle. Goals allowed per game, 3.2 as well. Also right in the middle, 15th. That's your Toronto Maple Leafs. Next up, we have the Ottawa Senators. So 4th place in the division, the Ottawa Senators. The last couple of years, they had very bad starts, and they dug themselves a hole early on. That kept them from being a contender to get into the playoffs later on. They want to avoid that this year, and so far they're not doing too bad. They have a 5-4-0 record for 9 points, +7 on the plus minus. Points leader is Tim Stützle, great young hockey player. He's got 5 goals, 9 assists, 14 points. He's been looking fantastic. The goal scoring leader with 6 goals so far this year is Brady Tkachuk, the team captain. Power play is clicking at 42.9%, second best in the league. Compare that to Toronto Maple Leafs and their 9.4% power play. Ottawa is at 42.9% power play. That's looking fantastic. Their penalty kill is 76%, which is 22nd in the league. They probably like to improve that a little bit. Power play is great, but maybe improve the penalty kill. Goals scored per game, they are getting 4.2 goals per game, which is third best in the league. So they're not having any problem at all putting the puck in the net. They're doing just fine on that. Goals allowed per game, 3.4. That is 21st in the league. You know, they were without their starting goaltender, Linus Ullmark, for a few games. And I think the goals against numbers are probably going to start coming down a little bit, and they're going to be just fine. So that's your Ottawa Senators. Fifth place in the league, also with 9 points, tied with Ottawa. Remember how we have a bunch of teams here, all tied with 9 points. We have the Detroit Red Wings, 4-4-1 record, 9 points, -3 rating. Lucas Raymond, team leader, with 1 goal, 7 assists for 8 points. Their goal-scoring leaders are Alex DeBrincat, Andrew Kopp, and Dylan Larkin with 4 each. Power play is at 17.9% for 19th in the league. PK 66.7%, which is 30th. They'd like to improve both of those for sure, especially with PK. Goals scored, they are 2.8 goals per game, 23rd in the league. Probably want to bring that up a little bit. We had a few more pucks in the net. Goals against are allowing 3.1 per game, which is 13th in the league, which is on the upper side of the middle. That's not bad. Right, tied with them, but listed next, Buffalo Sabres in 6th place with a 4-5-1 record, 9 points, -4 rating. They too want to avoid a slow start this year like Ottawa did. And yeah, they're not too bad so far. They're hanging in there. Tage Thompson's their leader with 7 goals, 5 assists, 12 points. He's also the goal scoring leader with 7 goals. Their power play sucks. That's the biggest thing holding the Sabres back right now. Their power play is the league worst, 32nd in the league at 6.9%. That's terrible. Penalty kill is a little better at 74.2%, but that's only 24th in the National Hockey League, so they definitely got to improve their special teams. They got some work to do on that. Goals scored, 3.2, which is 15th in the league. Goals allowed, 3.6 per game, 26th in the league. They like to keep a few more pucks out of the net if you're a Buffalo Sabres fan. Montreal Canadiens, they have a 4-5-1 record for 9 points. They're here -12 on the plus minus. A lot of that is due to last night's lopsided loss, 8-2 against the Seattle Kraken. Started to say something else there, but it was Seattle. So 8-2 loss. They lost that by 6 goals. That brings the plus minus way down. Team leader Nick Suzuki, 3 goals, 8 assists for 11 points. Their goal-scoring leader is Cole Caulfield, who has 9 goals in 10 games so far. He is off to a fantastic start this year. There was a lot of talk going into the season. Would he reach the 40-goal mark this year? Would he break out and get the 40-goal mark? This looks like he's going to do that, and he's a real strong threat to hit the 50-goal mark for the first time in his career. I'd like to see that happen, like Caulfield. And like Montreal Canadiens, they got a lot of good young talent on that team. They're just going to get better and better. Their power play, 22.9%, which is 10th in the league. Their penalty kill, 83.8%, also 10th in the league. Nothing wrong with those numbers. Goals scored, they are getting 2.9 goals per game, which is 21st in the league. And goals against, they're allowing 4 goals against, which is 28. So they want to keep a few more pucks out of the net. They firm up the goaltending, get the defense just a little bit more solid. Bringing up the rear, but also tied with 9 points, is the Boston Bruins. They lost last night to these guys, Philadelphia Flyers, which shut them out 2-0. Go Flyers. Sorry, Boston, no offense. Boston has a 4-5-1 record for 9 points, -7 rating on the plus minus. David Pastrnak is team leader with 6 goals, 2 assists for 8 points. He's also the goal scoring leader with 6. Their power play is not doing them any favors. They are at 14.3%, which is 25th best in the league. Penalty kill, a little better, 80%, 25th in the league. Goals scored, they are getting 2.7 goals per game, which is 25th in the league. They get a few more pucks in the net. Goals against are allowing 3.4 goals against, which is 21st in the league. So they'd like to get a few more goals, like to keep a few out of their own net for sure. And that's it for the Boston Bruins. So far, after roughly 10 games played into the season, on average, we have Florida, Tampa, and Toronto leading the way in the division, followed by everybody else tied with 9 points. So Ottawa technically is in fourth place. They're off to a much better start than before. Of note, Toronto's power play at 9.4% is terrible. Buffalo's power play at 6.9% is worse than terrible. Ottawa's power play, on the other hand, at 42.9% is better than excellent. Boston Bruins, technically listed as last, but still a good hockey team. Get a little older, but still a good team. Who do you think is going to make the playoffs from this division this year? Florida, I'd say almost for sure. Tampa, good chance. Toronto, they should be in. Ottawa, I think is going to be in either a top three spot or a wild card. There's still the Boston Bruins. Buffalo's been off to they're looking a little better. They had a real bad start in the first few games, but they picked it up since. Let me know in the comments down below who you think is going to make the playoffs out of this division and who's going to miss out. And if you're new to the channel here, just stumbled onto this, do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. Yeah, I need more coffee. I think here, can't talk. Hold on. It's a new channel. I just started this up late August before the season got going, and I want to get it going. Obviously, I'm a Flyers fan first off, but covering the whole league. We're going to do another division talk either later today or tomorrow. We're going to get all 4 done before the weekend. We'll probably do this again around the 20-game mark and around 40 games. Or maybe we'll skip the 20, do the 40. I don't know. The channel's new, like I was saying, so exactly what I'm going to do with this, I don't know yet. We're going to see where the channel goes and how it grows. The faster it grows, the more effort I'm going to end up putting into it. It's just kind of how it works, you know. Anyways, if you're still here, big thumbs up. Thanks for sticking around. Let me know that you're still here. Say something down below, and I'll be back with another video shortly, possibly today.